West Virginia and Commonplace presents The Life and Times of Appalachian JR, a story about a black man in West Virginia and throughout the Appalachian Mountains, or the Appalachian Mountains, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you enjoy. Howdy everybody, this is JR from West Virginia and Commonplace, and today let's talk about real quick the Nebula Mars 3. Built to roam far, even to Mars, the world's first truly outdoor projector. Now let's get into a little bit of details about this projector. This projector can do a 200-inch screen anywhere you want it. You can take this anywhere you want to. Also, it has adjustable controls built into the handle. Now don't stop there, you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker. It has a 40-watt Dolby audio. It also has a built-in power bank of 185 watts. Now, this device has keystone correction, autofocus, screen fit, intelligent environment adaptation, 1,000 ANSI lumens, so you know that you're going to be able to see it pretty good in the dark. It has AI image adjust, auto bright display, water resistant, drop resistant, dust resistant. And here's the great amazing thing that goes along with this: for $1, you can reserve $200 off of the Mars 3, and on July 10th you'll receive an email with a discount code, and they have 13 days to use this. Purchases must be made on cnebula.com or on Amazon, and last bit, a $1 coupon cannot be refunded. Welcome to West Virginia Commonplace, Life and Times of Appalachian JR. This next episode is the third episode, and here we go. We're going to talk about something that's special. This is an Appalachia thing, and it's called apple butter. I know I talk a lot about food, but let me tell you about apple butter. Every white person I know, during the fall time, in the summer, they gather all the apples, and then they get a cauldron, and everybody knows a cauldron's black, and that's no reference to race or anything, just telling the story the way it is. And these churches and these groups of people, they get these apples the right way, and they crush them up, mess them up. They make them into a preserve, basically. And apple butter is the greatest spread that you can get in Appalachia. Something we eat for breakfast, dinner, lunch, doesn't matter what you do with it. We slap it on everything except Ritz crackers. Now this apple butter, it has it's a spin on the commonplace. Basically, there used to be a bunch of apple orchards before I was around, and there may still be some now. I've never seen an apple orchard in my life. I know that sounds crazy, but never seen one. So people take this preservative, they make this apple butter, and then you spin this apple butter back around, and you can use it as a filling for pies. People use it inside pastries, depending on how they do the apple butter. Now, I want to say probably back as far as, I don't know, man, it was probably 1800s or whatever it was, back in, late 18th century or something like that. They had these iron kettles that they would cook it in too. So cauldrons and kettles, whatever you want to call them. But out here, when people make apple butter, but somewhere like right around the end of August till the beginning or middle of October, you can find people outside the front of the church. They're out there whipping it up with the big ass wooden spoon or whatever spoon they use, with the fire underneath it. That shit look like something from some type of witch hunt or something. But it's nothing but apple butter. And it's just like the apple butter, it's healthier than some jellies. And the thing is that the crazy thing about the apple butter is it's actually made with the whole apple. Obviously you peel it and stuff like that. And the apple butter has a thick consistency to it. So like when you get it, if you want to heat it again and like make it like a warm applesauce, it's kind of crazy. I wouldn't do that. But if you get it fresh out of the kettle or the cauldron, I definitely probably wouldn't eat it. I like it to be canned, put up, sit for a year or two, come back to it, pull it back out, and just eat it. The best apples that we use for this are the Fuji or the Golden Delicious. Anything that's got a softer variant to it when we make it. And people get hard up about this stuff because certain places make it. In West Virginia, Berkeley Springs actually has a festival dedicated to this, so you can get different blends, different styles of it. Now, where this relates to me is this. When I travel out of West Virginia, going to visit people, a gesture, a gift, something that's different from where they're from, I will give apple butter. If I have a prestigious person that makes this apple butter sometime. And another spot in Salem, West Virginia, which is right down the road, it's where I like to go and, get some butter once in a while, and I'll pass it along to someone. And also, West Virginia fruit and berry apple butters for sale inside Kroger's. That's just a plug for them. So you can always get, apple butter in the stores, but it's not the same. Not the same. Now, my story of apple butter goes like this. I was living in Charleston when I first came to West Virginia. And it was breakfast time, and I noticed this dude was at IHOP in Canal City, and he took a small jar out of his pocket. And he had a piece of toast, and he spread this stuff on there. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what the hell is he doing? Not what the fuck is he doing? And I didn't pay it no mind. And back then, we had the old Motorola razors and stuff. So I kind of just snapped a quick little picture because, you could flip it up and go, pow, pow, pow. And pow, pow, pow. It's taking a picture. So took the picture, blah, 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 blah. So I asked one of my natives that are from West Virginia, I'm like, what is this brown concoction? And they're like, this is the apple butter. And I'm like, what you mean apple butter? And they're like, apple butter, it's a specialty. It's an Appalachian thing. Or they say Appalachian. So I said, okay. I said, so where do I get this? He said, you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows someone about the apple butter when it comes out in fall. And at the time, I seen this in the summertime. So I said, so give me like a time frame. And he's like, well, you gotta kind of just wait around and, look around at the churches and see if you see anybody outside with a witch's brew. And I'm like, what the fuck is a witch's brew? And he's like, the witch's brew, and this was my dude Will John from Bluefield, so he had a country accent. So Will John was like, you just got to be out there and just look for it. So I'm like, okay. So me at that time, I didn't have a car at that time. Well, I had got rid of my car and I was catching public transportation. Early 20s, you're trying to save money to do the right thing. So I hop on the bus. I ride the bus from Charleston to freaking St. Albans. Look down the line and lo and behold, I see a church. I see a church out here, and these people are out here, and they are doing the right thing. It looked like they were cooking up something, or they were getting ready to take somebody out of the world behind all this. So I was like, okay, let me see what we're going to do here. Next thing you know, I hop off the bus, get off at the proper stop, walk down, and I'm like, how much is a quart of this apple butter? And the ma'am said, the lady, I said the ma'am. The lady said, strictly, just give a donation. And I said, okay. So I put $20 out there. I got me two things of it. And the lady gave me specific instructions. She said, clearly, do not eat this for a year. She said, let it sit. And I didn't think nothing of it. So I took it home, put it up in my cabinet. And at that time I had it was like a normal little apartment. So I just put it up in the cabinet where I don't go in, left it there, went about my business. And on the time that I was moving out of this apartment, moving into my bigger apartment, I found them. And the only thing I had on me was those little bagel things. So that morning, I just cracked the seal on it, and I put some on a bagel. And I don't even eat bagels now, but back then I loved bagels. So I ate this on this bagel, and I was amazed. I was like, this is apple butterly delicious or some shit. I came up with some kind of terminology sounding like Ned Flanders. And after I ate it, I was entrenched in apple butter. So every fall now, going forward, I have found my way to apple butter, or someone gives me apple butter from a different place with some different apples, different taste. Now, I've actually never had the apple butter in a pie. Wonder what it would taste like. Might be good, might not. But key thing about Appalachia and the awesome thing about what we do here is if you go out there and you buy some apple butter and you don't like someone too well, or you're cheap on gifts, you can always give apple butter. So on that note right there, that's another episode inside of the Life and Times of Appalachian JR. And it's a story about apple butter. And the thing is here, apple butter is amazing. If you've never had it, come through Appalachia sometime through the fall. Or if you have a friend like me, we can ship you some. And you can enjoy apple butter. Hi, this is JR from West Virginia and Commonplace. Today I'm here to talk to you about Edit Pods. Edit Pods is a company that offers pod editing, podcast launch, and social media packages to help you with your everyday needs inside of podcasting. Are you getting stuck? Are you getting in positions where you have to crunch with time? Let Edit Pods help you out and get you on the road to success with your podcast. Now, what you can do is you can use the link in the show notes, and with the West Virginia Commonplace portion on there, they will take 10% off of your membership. Once again, Edit Pods to help you with all of your podcasting needs. And I'm JR from West Virginia and Commonplace.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at onecommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.